Howdy do everyone, my name is Angie, and thank you so much for joining me on another episode of our Monday Book Club. So, I have a couple of things to say before we get started. First off, our Wednesday stream that we usually have. We have a book club? Yep, this is our book club! So our Wednesday stream that we usually have, I have things I have to do on Wednesday that really need to be done. So I will still have a Wednesday stream. It will just be a lot earlier than it usually is. Hi, welcome in Grimmaster and welcome Space. Thank you for joining me today. But yeah, Wednesday stream will be around 11 o'clock CST. I haven't done all the time conversions on that, so, yeah, I'll have a better estimate on Twitter, but I think it will be around that time. So, just a heads up for everyone there, the Wednesday stream is going to be a lot earlier. Second thing to say is that I made the mistake of having, like, 3 cups of coffee before starting this stream. So, I'm a little wired. And, I usually try to have a chilled out kind of mood for these, book club streams, because it's book club. But, I might not have that attitude going in. I'm trying as best as I can to hold back right now. So, we'll see how this goes. Whoa, you drink coffee? Yeah, huge surprise there. Alright, let's get into this. That's about all I have to say on announcements and everything. I'll try to remember to repeat the Wednesday stream thing at the end of this stream for anyone that doesn't get it coming in. But, yeah, that's just the main thing. Alright, late shift. Let's get started. Oh, Baxter. I forgot he existed. I don't remember the voice I gave this guy. Oh well. After lunch, he ran into Baxter. He was more than happy for an impromptu hangout in the neighborhood. He idly spoke about the first time he bought a shirt online. Apparently, the website hadn't been in English, so he had made do with an automatic online translations. This guy. He's not that bad, just a little annoying. He's a flirt. Also, I understand the pain of going onto sites in foreign languages. I buy from Japanese and Korean sites quite a bit. So, I can kind of read Japanese enough to get around the websites, but man, I can't read anything in Korean. His unique fashion sense was Celtic. I can't read. In more ways than one, finding out how he filled out his wardrobe answered some of your questions about his look. He smiled in fond remembrance. Yeah, his outfit is, unique, to say the least. Oh god, what voice did I give this guy? Can I even do voices right now? We're about to find out. I maximized myself multiple times to make sure I could order the correct size. It wasn't as if I'd be able to ship it back if there were any problems. But to make a long story short, it arrived in one piece multiple months later. At that point, I wasn't going to complain. It was a physical object in my hands. He gestured with his arms for emphasis. As he did, Baxter glanced at his wrist, at a watch that wasn't there. Anyway, I hope I'm not taking too much of your time with this. You were currently taking it easy for a bit before you had to get ready for work. You had an unusual closing shift at your job today. I forgot we decided that we worked. Alright, you shook your head. It's okay. But I do have to close up my job a little later. Tonight? It's not my usual shift, but yeah. You shrugged as if to say, well, what can you do about it? Cove's already working. He's at the old library as an assistant. You considered how much the position actually fit Cove. From what you could tell, he enjoyed it. Oh, in most of my other playthroughs, Cove works as a waiter. So this is actually one of the first playthroughs I've had where he's the library assistant. Despite this town not having a lot of options, he found something good. He tried to work late and have his early afternoons free. Baxter was listening to you intently, and you decided to keep talking. So, well, both of us will be hard at work for the rest of the day. Baxter nodded understandingly. He was more interested than you had expected him to be. What do you do? Hello. Hi, Momster. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Okay. What do we do? Do we work at the public library with Cove? Do we work at the restaurant? Or do we work at a mall kiosk selling phone cases? Some very important options here. I think in most of my playthroughs, I worked at the public library. At the mall? In the mall kiosk? Okay. He grinned as if you had just said you had an exciting career as a movie star. Interesting. Wow. Now that I know where and when you work, does that mean I should avoid visiting that place at that time? Or should I conveniently happen to bump into you during your shift? You felt a little awkward at his question. At least he was asking before just appearing at your job. Avoid it. Avoid it. I mean, it's the mall kiosk job. I think I'd be bored out of my mind working at a mall. At those mall kiosk jobs. They always look really bored whenever I pass by. At least at the ones I've been to. Maybe there's some exciting ones. I don't know. If it's me personally, it doesn't matter. No matter where, act busy. Yeah. Let's see. Wouldn't mind seeing you there. Love having distraction during my shift. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna be pretty busy working. Is that what you're telling me to do? Be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be so busy at my job. We don't want him. Alright. You gave him a soft but truthful no. You did not think that you would have enough time to do more than say hi, even if he did go through the trouble of seeing you. Message received. He shot you a thumbs up, and you let out a sigh of relief. There would be no uncomfortable encounters today. Thanks. Your phone alarm started to go off. You needed to start getting ready for work. You stopped the alarm and held up your phone as an explanation. Bye. Good luck, Rain. He waved at you as you peeled off towards your house. You reached your front door and gave Baxter one final nod before you went inside. Let's see. Let's see. When I... yeah. When I worked at... So I worked at a bar for a while. When I worked at a bar, when I first worked there, I tried to be really early for my shift. But as I got more comfortable, I started, like... not. I always was on time. I never showed up late. But I was always rushing to get out the door, so... I'm gonna choose an option like that. Late and rushing, yes. You took as little time as possible to assemble your uniform. Of all things, one of your shoes had gone missing. Oh yeah, that's relatable. You eventually found them under your bed, but not before looking everywhere else in your room. Man, this reminds me, not to go off on like my own little story here, but like I said, I worked at a bar for a while, and they had a really strict dress code for all of their like waiters, bartenders, host, whatever. They had a really strict dress code. We had to wear all black. So all black uniform all the way across. Our shoes had to be black, our shirts had to be black, our pants had to be black, our belts had to be black, everything black. Not entirely the problem. I was okay with that. But like one time I went into work and like I was on time, everything was fine, my shift was starting, and I realized I accidentally forgot to wear the correct pair of shoes. My shoes were gray and not black, and it became the biggest deal. I did not hear the end of it. They were talking about it for like weeks later about how like I can't believe Angie wore gray shoes instead of black. I got so tired of hearing it. I got so tired of hearing about it. It was... Oh man, it was a lot. Sup, I'm kind of late, but at least I'm here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm glad you can make it. Welcome in, Tarnished. What you talking about? Oh, just work things. This chapter we're on seems to be about work and having our like part-time jobs, and I was just recounting a story from like when I worked at a bar way back. All right, let's continue. You knew you were running behind, so you threw everything on as fast as you could. You ran out the door and it slammed shut behind you. You unlocked the family car and climbed in. After you turned your key, you went off to another day of work. After you reached the building, you threw yourself through the door as fast as you could. Before you fully settled into your shift, you sent a quick text to Cove that you had made it to work all right. Your phone buzzed with his response before you had finished stowing it in your pocket. Cove sent you back a positive "you can do it" message that made you smile. You got going at your kiosk. You set your sights on the group of people going through the mall who looked like they might be approachable. You were required to talk to people and try to convince them to buy. It had taken some getting used to at the start. Yeah, nope, I hate that. Some would ignore you, while others would politely say they weren't interested. However, occasionally, you'd get a bite, and you'd reel them into a sale. I would hate this kind of job, to be honest. Hold on, gotta reset my phone. It's annoying me about how I need to reset it. Oh, yeah, I get that. I always ignore mine until it forces me to reset. Alright, well, I would hate this kind of job. So, I could barely stand working there. I'm ready for a new position. I'm ready to apply at the library. You wish you had never applied. It'd be a dream where you could finally kiss this place goodbye. You kept working, and the rest of the afternoon morphed into a blurry haze of thinly buried frustration. You checked a clock set high on the sidewall. With how late it was time for your meal break. You breathed a sigh of relief and left your station. You found a quiet place to eat that was out of eyesight of most people and pulled out your phone. You typed out a text to Cove to let him know you were having dinner. You took your first bite of your meal and Cove replied with an okay. Your phone came to life again as he let you know that he'd already taken his long break, but he still had a short one he could take. With him on break as well, he asked if he could call. You were happy for a chance to talk. You've been waiting to spend some time with him. He was made aware of that and sent back one more text, a thumbs up. Then you got a call. You accepted it as soon as you saw it was Cove. Our little shark keychain. I'm so glad we did that. Hi, Rain. Hi. Today's been going by really quickly. Not fast enough. Man, have you seen the job I have? You couldn't wait for your shift to end. You had things that you actually wanted to get to later. Cove laughed quietly. You should have seen it. When I got to my shift earlier, there was a huge fight going on with the schedule. I just tried to stay out of it. I'm lucky no one else wants to be close. It's not something I've got to defend. Some shifts are way too competitive. He shook his head at the memory. You wondered how the shifts had been sorted out at the end. He didn't bother to elaborate further on his workplace drama. I hope nothing's going on with you. This isn't normally when you'd be working. Let's see here. It's fine, just gotta make sure, get the most of a good schedule. I was open to a change of pace. I felt stuck with a bad deal. Honestly, I preferred working, like, night shifts. That 3 coffees are really working. Do I sound, like, super energized? Oh. I'm trying to, like, hold back a little bit and not sound like I'm completely wired. But I have no idea how fast I'm going. Cove is so passive. Yep. Oh, man. Bad deal? Alright. Let's see. Got stuck with a bad deal. You scowled and shot a glance towards a particular coworker you could just barely make out from around the corner. They knew what they did. Yeah, I got that at the bar quite a bit. Not the bad looks, but sometimes you would just watch as people would just constantly give each other bad looks as they got, like, the bad shifts they didn't want. Alright, Right, also, I'm surprised that at a mall kiosk they have more than one person working. I guess it happens sometimes, but most mall kiosks I see, there's only like one person working the shift.
Sorry.
Thanks for saying that, Cove. I don't have to say it. At least we're in the same boat. Yeah. The conversation drifted off as Cove grew quiet. I can't stay on too much longer. It's busy. You imagined he was looking at some kind of clock the same way you had earlier. Cove sighed. The two of you had only started to talk, and yet it was somehow over.
Bye.
Thank you again for saying that so I don't have to. The word was flat. He was down about leaving. There was a second of silence before he pulled himself together. We'll have more time later. Right, bye. You let him go and finished up your meal on your own. Just as you were clearing up, your phone vibrated. Cove had found time to sneak you a quick text, just a few more hours until closing. You smiled as you finished your break. It was time to get back to work. Welcome back, Tarnished! Customers continued to trickle in, even though it was getting closer to closing time. Before you could jump back into work, you heard your phone's quiet jingle in your pocket. It had to be a text message, but there was no way you could check it now. Your phone made another quiet noise, making your hand twitch, wanting to check it. Still, it would have to wait. Shaking the distraction off, you quickly fell back into the rhythm of things. There were still plenty of tasks that had to be done. You were unpacking some new pieces, absorbed in the moment when you felt like you were being watched. Glancing up, you saw someone stopping at the counter. Cove is very fine. It's a very charming dating sim. Hi, how can I help you? I'm looking for a case with paw prints on it. I saw online that this store is supposed to have it. Do you? My phone case has paw prints on it. I have a kitty cat phone case. Though, yesterday I went to a festival, a summer festival, over at a mall, and I found one of those phone backers that you can pop out and, hold your phone easier. I found one of those. They were selling a No Face from Spirited Away. They were selling a No Face one of that, and so I got it. It's super cute. I wish I could take a picture, but it's, on the back of my phone, so a little hard. Maybe I can get someone else to take a picture of it. Alright. They lifted up their phone to show you the model. You knew it and what cases fit for that. Oh, I'll check. Be right back. They nodded and stood off to the side, while you scooted around to the other side of the stall. Your eyes scanned the boxes for the case the customer described. You didn't get to look for very long when the echo of fast-moving steps pulled your attention away. Bracing yourself, you could only watch while they stormed right up to your counter. They pushed a cracked phone case in your hands. I brought this here the other day. It's ridiculous. I only dropped my phone once. You opened your mouth to speak, but they started waving one of their hands. Don't even bother trying to sell me a new one. I want a refund. I won't be buying from here again. Oh, God. I'm already getting stressed. They pulled a crumbled receipt out of their pocket and smoothed it out before tossing it onto the counter. For a split second, you could only stare at the broken phone case in your hands. You weren't sure what else to do besides give him a refund. There weren't a lot of special guidelines or procedures to follow for this tiny shop, except for find some way to sell stuff. Hastily, you read over the receipt. It was from here, so you went through the process with the customer and gave them their money back. They were off the moment they had the cash in their hands, muttering about what a waste of time this all was. Taking a deep breath, you tried to relax, but then you spotted the customer you were helping before. You couldn't quite puzzle out their expression, but they were watching you sternly. It struck you that they still wanted you to pick out a case for them. The kind they asked for was with Pop-Ritz. That was easy. Raina's pretty scarred up. You might have a shot tarnish. Wait a second. What are you saying about our character? Raina's beautiful, even with her scars. We were a beehive boxing champion. Alright, the first sweep of the stall, you missed it, causing a panic chill to creep up your spine. The second time around, you found it among other brightly colored cases. You breathed a sigh of relief and plucked it off the shelf. There was still a lingering feeling of doubt overshadowing you as you walked back to the customer, but regardless, you tried to smile. I'm really sorry about the wait. The customer glanced at the phone case in your hands, their expression softened. That's the one I was looking for. Thanks. Karen easily dealt with. That's right. We got rid of her. Your smile widened when you went through the motions, ringing things up at the register. You were glad that you found the right case, and you were definitely ready to be busy doing anything else. Your body was starting to tire out from the busyness of today. Luckily, you had one more short break. You took a seat and finally checked those messages from earlier. There was one from Mom. Would you mind stopping by the grocery store on the way home to pick up some asparagus and peppers for dinner tomorrow? My anger issues would not go easy on a Karen. Oh man. I worked at a bar, so it was like daily. It was like daily that I would get people calling in with like really ridiculous requests and like things I just wasn't able to do. Like, man, I really had to hold it together sometimes. I think the only time I didn't hold it together was that one time I got a woman calling in and she was asking for a reservation, and we didn't take reservations at the restaurant or bar that I was at. It was a bar. We didn't do reservations. So I told her that, and she just went off on me and insisted that she knew how this place ran more more than I did, and that like she would be taking her reservation for, it was like 16 people, and I was just like, you can talk to a manager, ma'am. I was just not ready to deal with it. Oh man, imagine just a temper tantrum, but twice as violent and directed at one specific person. Yep. Man, I really had to hold it together sometimes at that job. Karen the movie. Oh man. All right, let's continue. Can't make it myself. Deadlines are tight right now. Thank you and have a great day. I don't mind. I usually, I pick up stuff from, for my mom every now and then, so that's not a big deal. Bring me the manager. Yep. Yep. It's always bring the manager. Yeah, usually whenever I would get stuff like that at my old job, I would just immediately go to the manager before they even asked. We all know that it's gonna eventually come to them asking for a manager, so it's usually just like, yeah, okay, here's the manager. I had a really good manager. Like, he was really good with sorting things out and helping us. So he would actually tell us to go and get him if there was anything that we couldn't really handle. He was really nice. Karen Origins, the first manager. Yeah. All right. We didn't mind the request. It could have been a lot worse. Asparagus and peppers, that was going to be a quick in and out, easy peasy. You answered back, no problems, can do. You weren't expecting her to text back anytime soon, though you did already get a thanks for it. There was no reason at this point not to check the other message you got earlier. A fond smile spread across your face, and your heart fluttered in your chest when you read it. It was from Cove. Just a few more hours to closing. You can do it. That's cute. Tarnish just starting to become a movie creator. Yeah! We love seeing your new career, Tarnished. You knew that Cove was supposed to be busy working too, and yet he still found a moment to sneak in a text. Not a bit that surprised you. Let's message him back. You're gonna get fired. Oh yeah, definitely that. You're so gonna get fired. Cove responded briefly seconds later. That's cool. You had to slap a hand across your mouth in an attempt to hide your laughter, but it was in vain. Alright, let's keep sending him message throughout the rest of our shifts. Let's be financially responsible. Catching investments, catching profits, catching multi-millionaire deposits, catching gambling. Oh, man. Remember, kids, don't gamble. Don't do it. Just don't. Alright. A second wind of energy washed over you the moment you settled in on that thought. It wasn't model employee behavior, but every once in a while it was good for the soul behavior. There was no doubt in your mind that Cove felt the same, and that he would be your co-conspirator in breaking the rules. He knew how to be a troublemaker. For another minute, you stretched your arms high over your head and imagined how nice falling into a bed later was going to be. You sighed. Or do it, you might win. Learn from Hikari. No, I do not promote gambling on this channel. Don't do it. Hopefully your shift would go by in the blink of an eye. You jumped back into the rhythm of things. A genuine smile ignited each and every time you got an alert from your phone in your pocket, until your face started to hurt. Not that you minded. Whenever there was a moment to steal a glance and send a message back, you took it. Somehow you managed to get through the rest of your shift without getting caught. The last of the customers had finally exited the building. It was time to close. When all the doors were locked, you exhaled loudly. The whole place was officially closed. Let's see. After work, worn down. That was... that was always how it felt for me. In this world, there are unlucky people, lucky people, very lucky people, and there is Hikari, who during 29 years never lost a jackpot. Wow. What? Wow. Yeah. That would be nice. But don't gamble. Don't do it. Okay. After work, I usually felt really worn down. I always just went back to bed and fell asleep. Sometimes, I'd meet up with friends, though, afterwards, and that was usually pretty fun. I always got a second wind if I did that. So probably still worn down, though. Today ended up being a long one, mentally and physically. Shifting how you were standing, you winced. The soles of your feet felt pained. There was no doubt in your mind that you were going to be stiff and sore in the morning. While you were shuffling around in the closed-up shop, you had a call come in. It was Cove. You knew that he spent the majority of today working overtime. You hadn't been sure if you'd hear from him. You picked up the call immediately. Hey, just finished. You? Yeah. So today sucked. I heard some gambled with their whole company back, so maybe it's not so bad. I wouldn't particularly say that, like, gambling is the best way to go about things, though. Like, I think every once in a while, responsibly, it is okay, but, like, you know, I do not promote it on this channel. Just, you know, do things responsibly. Alright. Let's see. I do like, so today sucked. I'm quitting as soon as possible. Let's do, so today sucked. Never seen Rain, but if she is in par with Cove. Despite the scars, she is pretty. Yep. We are beautiful. No matter the scars, we are beautiful. All right. The words tumbled out quietly and were met with a silent pause. If Cove hadn't made a sad if suddenly I can't read. All right. If Cove hadn't made a sad laugh, you would have assumed that he hadn't heard you. I'm sorry. You didn't answer. Closing your eyes. Whoa. Something just happened outside. I know you guys probably can't hear that. But a siren suddenly started going off outside. It sounds like it stopped though. That scared me. Alright, let's get back into it. You didn't answer. Closing your eyes, you could imagine Cove's concerned look in the way he was rubbing his arms.
Are you okay?
Are you alright? His question was gentle and earnest. You could imagine the way his eyebrows would be furrowing right now. You had to answer truthfully to that. I'm as okay as I can be after a bad day. Let's not make it too dramatic. I thought it was a taxi. No matter the scars, hello, scars matter extremely much. Scars make any woman a million times hotter. Ah, it is true, scars can make things hotter. I thought it was a taxi. It was not a taxi. Definitely, was definitely a siren out there. There is a car honking too, though. Not always there, I gotta agree, scarred woman. Yeah. Scars are pretty. Okay, let's see. I get it. Okay. I know work is hard. I'm sure you did a good job today. His voice grew soft, and you wished Cove could see the small smile he put on your face. There was a pause where you took a few deep breaths. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And remember, at least we're both in this together. Always. Right? Are you heading home after this? Actually, I have to run an errand after my mom. Where to? The grocery store. Mom texted me earlier asking if I'd pick up a couple things. Do you think you might want to go with me? It was late, and you knew Cove wanted to go home, but admittedly, you wanted company. He eased that concern by speaking softly. Sure, yeah, I can go shopping with you. It's nice of you to do this.
Not really.
Not really. I like spending time with you. Thanks, I like that too. Moments later, you had your things together, and you were ready to swing by the store. You were out the door within minutes. You pulled into one of the many parking spots in the neighborhood 24-hour grocery store. You waved at Cove when he parked next to you. There was a salty smell in the air as the two of you strolled through the dim parking lot. The local burger joint on the other side of the pavement guaranteed the place always smelled like fries. Your eyes squinted at the change of lighting when you made it inside the building. The automatic doors shut behind you. With you truly having arrived, Cove raised his brow curiously. So, what are we here for again? Asparagus and peppers. It's for something my moms are making tomorrow. Who do you think would win? Okay, your comment got cut off. Hold on. Let's view this. Okay. Who do you think would win? Prime Derek or PPHB Cove? Always Derek's. Professional beehive boxing Cove. He never participated in professional beehive boxing, though. He was always too scared of it. The coward? But, I would say Derek. I think Derek could win that. Derek would always participate in beehive boxing without hesitation, so it's gotta be Derek. Alright. Sounds good. This'll be a short trip. Uh-huh. You idly scanned the front room for a basket that you could use. A full cart wasn't necessary. Let's see. Felt responsible having your parents rely on you? There is that. Yeah, because he's weak-willed and bones are brittle. Hey, no, I didn't say that. Hearsay. Derek is a good, strong boy with no fear and a strong heart. He does. You are correct. He doesn't have any fear. He is always willing to take up a challenge. Always happy to help the moms. Yep, agreed. All right. Let's see. I guess the first one. It was a recent change that you wanted to fully embrace. You spotted the baskets and caught a glimpse of yourself while looking down to pick one up. You know, it feels funny to be in some other store while in a uniform from a different place. Cove snickered while siding up beside you.
Right?
Right? It's like we're wearing a costume after Halloween is over. But I just hope no one thinks we work here. The uniform is totally different, but you never know. That would be terrible. Basket in hand, you ambled towards the vegetable section. It was set near the back, but visible right from the entrance. Cove matched your pace, keeping at your side. The asparagus was simple enough to select. You simply picked up a bundle that looked fresh. All that was left was the peppers. There was a wrinkle in that plan. What color did they want? She didn't say. Then what are we gonna do? The color definitely matters. I'll text her real fast. He nodded, satisfied with your solution. You tried to fish out your phone while bouncing the basket. Cove held out a hand to take it. You accepted the help. With both hands free, you were able to type out a brief message to ask about the pepper colors. Then you stared, waiting at the screen. Cove hovered nearby to peek over your shoulder. The replying icon appeared, and you felt Cove lean in even closer. He's just, really excited, huh? Okapi's mind, Cove is unstoppable. That is true. Okapi is a big Cove defender on this channel, and we appreciate her for that. Just the regular green ones is what she sent back. Alright, that's easy. And he was right. You picked up the requested green peppers, tossing a few in the basket. Produce acquired. All that was left was to go through the line, but as you approached the cash register, Cove stopped in his tracks. Oh, while we're here, I want to get something too. I need fruit for breakfast tomorrow. But what should I have? He glanced back unsurely at the selection you just left. Let's see. Whatever it is, you better hurry, because I'm getting in line. That's funny. Dangerous to underestimate how hard I stand Derek. It's true. It's true. You are the biggest Derek defender on this channel. Okapi's mind, Cove got into a fight with the entire ocean and won. Of course he won. It's the ocean. His hyperfixation. Cove fell from a jet ski, and the jet ski broke his bone. Yep. That happened. He does not suck. You take that back. Alright. His eyes widened with newfound urgency. I'll be back soon. I can make it in time. He didn't wait for you to reply. He just spun on his heels and openly ran to the fruit stand. You shook your head in amusement at what a sight it was, a 6-foot-tall man in a uniform speeding through the grocery store aisle for fruits. He's 6 foot? Huh. You got a spot in the express lane and casually wondered if Cove really would make it before you were done. The place wasn't crowded and you had very few items. You're really not waiting for him, huh? Let's see. Wow, I am missing a lot from the chat. And also, Cove would never fight the ocean. Cove loves the ocean. It's true, he'd never fight it. Cove invented beehive boxing. That's just false. I invented beehive boxing. I'm the true master of beehive boxing. For all his failings, he at least gets this right. Invented, mastered, upgraded beehive boxing. I am the beehive boxing master. I invented it. Cove couldn't have invented beehive boxing. It would require him to have any amount of courage or audacity. I mean, he has some. Alright, let's get back to this. You got a spot in the, nope, wait, I already read this. But once you began to place your own vegetables on the conveyor belt, there was a clamoring of loud footfalls. Cove gracelessly slid up beside you to drop a bunch of three bananas down next to the rest of the items. Made it. His satisfaction at beating the clock was dampened slightly when he looked at his selection, but he shrugged it off. I kinda panicked, so I got the most obvious thing. It'll still be nice. Good job. I'm impressed. Thanks. That bolstered his mood. He stood tall in the checkout line. Let's see. Cove can transform into a Night Fury, which increases his stats by infinity. He can transform into one now? He's not riding one? You're forgetting, Bear. It is not Cove. It is Okabe's version of Cove. You cannot claim to know Okabe's Cove. That is true. We don't know. He sounds so fun by 3 bananas. Happy by 3 bananas? Yep. I wonder what he's having for breakfast tomorrow for the 3 bananas. Maybe a smoothie or protein shake? Let's see. After that, you completed separate orders for what you were getting. The produce was packed away into paper bags. There was one for you and one for Cove. You both had what you needed in hand. The errand was finished. You walked across the length of the store to reach the doors closest to where you had parked. You and Cove stepped back into the night. Cove lightly swung his bag back and forth in his grip, and you peered, squinting into the dark parking lot. He smiled slightly, a gentle expression on his lips. Thanks for inviting me to the grocery store. Let's see. Thanks for keeping me company. You're welcome. We should do this again. Yeah, it's like domestic. It's cute. Ask Okabe, they will defend Cove with everything they got. I do believe that. He's easily satisfied. Yeah, he is. Anyways, the answer is Derek. Yep, I agree. Also, see you in a little bit. Space, have a good meal. Cove wins by. Cove is a human mermaid, Night Fury hybrid. Cove is a hybrid of a lot of things now. We're the mermaid hybrid, though. After a moment of walking further into the parking lot, he sighed mildly. As nice as Cove was about this, he had to be tired after working a full shift. It's been a long day. Yeah. That very brief exchange really summed it up. Cove shook his head to himself, bemusement replacing his worn-down expression. When did a busy day go from having way too many ways we wanted to play, or having some extra homework, to having to spend all day at a job and then running errands afterwards? Yeah, that's just how it goes when you grow up. Let's see. His domain expansion. Beehive boxing, jet ski, riding maniac. Wow. Our version of our life is, quite the different one, huh? All of this is satire. I swear to God, I'm not crazy. Don't worry. I know what you're doing. But also, what do you mean it's satire? All of this is definitely happening right now. Let's see. When we became grown-ups. This is the true adult experience? Working, buying food, and then squeezing in human interaction while you're doing other productive stuff? Well, I guess kid me did always think older people spent their lives at their jobs. I was right all along. He laughed and you had to agree. Cove's eyes narrowed as his mouth opened slightly. He was having a thought.
I think.
Your moms need this stuff for tomorrow's dinner, not tonight, right?
Uh-huh.
And nothing's frozen, so you don't need to get it home urgently or anything. Would you want to go across the parking lot to that fast food place? We could get something.
Yes. I love doing stuff like this after work.
You know it's still open. Doesn't matter how late it is. It might be nice.
You perked up at that suggestion. It sounded like fun. You nodded, but looked at the grocery bag in your hand.
Let's drop the groceries off, then we can go.
You agreed, and Cove strolled over to the cars, buoyed at the thought of something to look forward to. He placed his bag at the back of the car, and then walked over while you finished putting up your groceries. With the groceries taken care of, it was a short walk to the burger joint. There were 3 cars lined up at the drive-thru, which wasn't too bad. You had to go all the way around the building to get into the front entrance, but soon you were under another set of bright fluorescent lights. Luckily, there was no line inside of the building, so you stepped right up to the counter. You glanced over at the menu. You remembered eating here before with Cove, back when Kyra had taken you both years ago. The menu looked pretty much the same from what you could remember. It was missing the mozzarella sticks. No! Not the mozzarella sticks! Those are my favorite. I hope I didn't jump scare anyone with changing my voice like that. But the mozzarella sticks are my favorite. I love mozzarella sticks. Oh, man. Mermaid, Night Fury, Human Hybrid, Beehive Boxing, Mastery, Domain Expansion, dances really well, Okapi's boyfriend, better than Derek. We don't know how she feels about Derek, honestly. But, yep, that is the idealized version of, Cove, isn't it? What is Derek in Bear's mind? Just, better than everyone. The best boy. Good boy extraordinaire. Good at everything. BRB, my friend is messaging me. Alright, have fun with your friend. Okay, let's continue. But most of the other items were familiar. Hello, what would you like to order?
Yes, hello, I would like one of everything on your dessert menu.
Oh, man. That is the life. Let's see. Hey, you stole my order. He brushed a hand against the back of his head, and his polite smile for the employee bent. Mom rubbed off on me. He was reminiscent on that visit too. After the cashier made sure Cove was being serious, it was your time to order. You got... Alright, let's go. Chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich, french fries, onion rings, chicken nuggets, jalapeno poppers. I don't like soda that much. Milkshake. Soft serve sundae, chocolate chip cookie, apple pie. I think we're good. Does this sound like enough for all of you? Hello, how are you today? By the way, I'm wearing a blue dress. Ah, my favorite color! And blue sneakers and blue feather in my hair. Ah, you're after my heart, Okapi. Welcome in. Glad to see you here today. I hope you're doing well too. Alright, let's finish that off. Cove gave you a little thumbs up. He wasn't the only one indulging. You wrapped up the order process, paid, got the number 264, then claimed a table. That's the outfit for my date with my boyfriend Cove. Yes, definitely. We have our little night date right now. You sat down across from Cove in a booth where you had a good view of the front customer. Front counter. Why did I say front customer? You're just staring at a customer now. Just intensely staring at this one customer here. Okay. You sat down across from Cove in a booth where you had a good view of the front counter. It was nice to have the pick of the place. Let's see. Too bad the mozzarella sticks are gone. That's all my mind is on. How could they get rid of the mozzarella sticks?
Oh, I didn't even notice. I wonder why they got rid of them. but neither of you had that answer to that question. Then you took out your phone to text your moms about your delay home. You didn't want them to worry. Cove watched you before pulling out his own phone. Maybe for the same reasons you did. When the updates were sent, it was back to just being you and your neighbor once more. He offered you a small smile. I've missed you, you know. Even if we weren't really gone, it's been less time than I'm accustomed to.
How much are you guys together? Let's see.
Cove tapped his fist on the table definitively. He paired that action with a childish pout. If someone saw him like that, they might have assumed he was throwing a fit over not getting the toy that comes with the kids' meal.
You're so spoiled. Also, you're really cute. Oh, both of those are good.
I do like teasing him, though.
Oh, we demand more time with each other is also pretty good.
I ordered chicken nuggets, fries, soda, and 3 chocolate chip cookies. That sounds good.
I haven't eaten it.
Wow, I lost the ability to speak all of a sudden. Ahem. I haven't eaten any dinner yet, so that sounds really, really good.
No one tease my boyfriend or else. The Code Defense Squad has spoken. Alright. Let's do. We demand more time with each other. You dropped your palms onto the tabletop for added emphasis.
Exactly.
He beamed at you sincerely, a ray of sunshine in the late night food trip. When the number was called, Cove hopped up from his seat before you could react.
Don't worry about it.
I got it. Save our spot.
Alright, see you. You stayed in the booth and got situated for the arrival of all stuff. You checked over the table and moved your phone to the side to make sure there was a clear space. Cove returned with 2 trays in hand, a great bounty of food. He placed them down carefully, being extra cautious with the tray that held his milkshake.
I'm back.
Thank you.
It's no problem.
Oh, that CG's cute. That's an adorable CG. Cove didn't hesitate before digging in. He took a large bite of his cookie and immediately sipped his milkshake. Then he took a spoon and sampled the sundae with an approving hum. He made an attempt to follow up with the last bite of his apple pie as well, but bailed with a distressed look on his face. You tilted your head in a silent question.
Ought.
He switched back to the milkshake, taking a dedicated slurp. Cove sighed at the cool relief it brought. He looks so pretty. Yeah, he does. You also started to taste yours. It really wasn't bad. In only a minute, Cove's cookie was gone. You wouldn't be surprised if the milkshake wasn't far behind. Flick the straw at him. Oh my god, me and my friends do that all the time when when we're at restaurants. We just flick the straws at each other. You found the paper discarded from the straw Cove used for his milkshake. You squished it a little bit into a little ball while he was distracted, and then very deliberately launched it at Cove. Your aim was true. It hit him square on the nose. He didn't even flinch, too used to your violent straw wrapper ways. He casually reached down with his free hand and tossed the paper ball back at you. You sputtered when it hit the top of your head and bounced away. You scrabbed it to grab it from where it had fell on the booth and threw it back at him. He chuckled and lobbed the tiny ball in a return pass. You felt so glad Cove agreed to come along with you on the grocery store trip, and equally happy you accepted his invitation here. I imagine Cove's Night Fury friend being a male Night Fury with the same eye color as Cove. That would be cute. A little time off. Wow. Okay. Losing the ability to read, I guess, as the coffee wears out of my system. Let's try this again. A little time off your feet, a little something to eat. You felt more energized than before. Your long shift at work, that couldn't have been more than an hour or two in the past, seemed like it was a lifetime away now.
You continued to chat, mess around, laugh, and enjoy yourselves. For the first time that night, you felt like you weren't totally grown up after all. Oh, we're already done. That was a fast one, huh? Alright. It might have taken a longer time if we had it to where we worked at the same place, but who knows. So I guess we're actually going to be ending this episode early. Cove is a merman, Night Fury, human hybrid. That is a lot. Alright, I do have one announcement to make before I finish up. I made it at the beginning of this episode, but I'm going to make it again so everyone is aware of it. No, don't end this. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm pretty hungry. So, ending early for this one. It's been about an hour. That's usually around the time period that we do these. An hour 30, I guess. So it's just 30 minutes early. But yeah, I haven't eaten yet, so I would actually like to eat. But, like I said, I do have one announcement to make. So, this is going to be kind of a busy week for me. I have a lot of things coming up. Bear when she comes back and there's no more stream. I know. We're ending the stream as she eats. Did you not eat with Cove? I mean, like, eating with Cove just made me more hungry. So, you know how it is. Okay. Do you ever just play video games and they're eating in the video games and then you're just like, ah, crap, I haven't eaten yet. And it just suddenly reminds you and now you're just super hungry and miserable and you're really wishing you had food with you as you're eating. As you're playing, I mean. Oh, man, I am just concentrated on eating now. Okay, announcement. We're going to, get the ADD brain back on topic. I swear I get so off topic with everything. Okay, my announcement. I have a lot I'm doing this week. There is some big stuff that I'm about to announce fairly soon. I don't want to make a solid date on when those announcements are going, like when those reveals are going to come out. But there are a lot of cool stuff I want to share with you guys. That should be coming within the next few streams. Not this next one, but maybe on Saturdays or next week's stream. I'm really excited about them, but because of that, this coming stream on Wednesday, I do have to have at a different time than usual. I am not going to be streaming at 5:30 CST like I usually do. I'm going to be streaming much earlier. So it will be around 11 o'clock CST that I stream next week, that I stream on Wednesday. So, if you want to attend Wednesday's stream, that's going to be the time it is at. Also, on Wednesday's stream, I'm going to be having it to where you guys are going to be able to vote for the next game I play on Wednesday. Not today. It'll be on Wednesday. I already have the set game that we're playing, but at the end of Wednesday's stream or during the middle of it, you guys are going to be able to vote on next week's stream. I have a few games set out, and you guys can vote on that. So keep that in mind for the stream on Wednesday. Okay, I think I've nailed that in enough. So earlier stream on Wednesday, keep in mind, it'll be at 11 CST. Alright, we got that all set. You guys can vote on a stream. Got that all set? Okay, with that in mind. Sorry, I do have to end stream a little early today, but to make up for that, we'll make next week's stream longer. Okay? Promise. We'll do a longer stream for our life next week. Because, yeah, this is ending earlier than I thought it would. So. Like I said, I have some set games in. So, it's not just a free-for-all on what we can vote for. I will tell you the streams, the games that I got. But, Steam Summer Sale had a lot of good games on sale, so I think we'll have some fun. Okay. So, I will see you next time. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. As always, love you lots, and I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye, guys!